there are some businesses, no matter what you do, I will never venture into them. And one of them is buy and sell. Like it's a form of grocery store where the product can easily get commoditized. A wholesaler somewhere, you go there, get them, and then you go to retail it somewhere else. With this kind of business, I'm not interested, and I'm never interested in it. And the reason being that it is just go buy it and then stock, empty it, go buy, come and stock, and then empty. Okay, so like you bring it in, you leave it out, bring it in, you take it out. So with this kind of business, it is easy for everybody to start doing, and a lot of people will even start once they begin to see that you are making progress and it's a bit profitable to them. Before you even get to know, the entire community or the entire premises where you operate is full of the same competitors. So it is easy for these people to venture into it. But taking something like a pig farming, for instance, like I always say in my videos, I tried to make a lot of pig farmers around me, but they all failed. Why? Because they found it to be difficult. They can't wait for 6 months or 7 months before they sell the animals. So they are not finding it lucrative enough. And looking at how they will have to be visiting the animals daily, more than six patients on the bed, it's all stress to them. And also spending money on them, feed and all this, and not seeing the money very, very quickly. They are not always interested in this kind of business, and they see it to be like a time wasting. So these are the kind of business me I want to do. I want something that will take time, and before you even enter, you have to also prepare yourself to enter it. Otherwise, you will easily give up and you will not see any progress in what you're doing. But for you to go and buy, like you sell slippers or clothing, you go to buy this shirts, you stock them in your boutique. Somebody too can go somewhere and buy shirts and also come and stock in their boutique, and they also sell. So in that case, there's nothing like a unique thing about it, and you have no control. Anybody at all can enter and do the same thing. With that one also, if you want to price, it will be very hard for you to get premium prices, because once you think of increasing your price, another person is reducing his price, and before you get to know, your product and your boutique is completely commoditized. But for something that has higher entry barrier, in that case, people don't find it attractive at all. And again, the second business I'm not going to start is a business that I have no idea about how to run it, or I don't know it, I don't have the necessary skills to do it myself, but to hire people to do it from like entirely, people to do it entirely for me, from production to whatever. I don't want to get involved. Why? Because if you go to hire somebody and they sell the idea to the person to help you run the business, initially fine, they will agree to run it for you. But after some time, they get to see that the business is very profitable. Meanwhile, you, the business owner, or you, the one who came with that idea, you have no skills to run the business. They will quickly start showing some attitude, and before you get to know, they are going to establish their own somewhere and then quit yours, which you can't even take over again because you don't have any skills to do it. So for me to go do the such business, I make sure I first of all get the necessary skills I will need to run the business. At least I should be able to handle 60% of what is required to run that particular business, and I get the 40 from other sources and to complement myself. But to go into it entirely, not know anything about it, just that you have the idea and you sold it for people to buy into it, and now they have started working with you, and everything is now on them, but you are now the business owner. It doesn't work that way. You get to see that your employees will start being showing you some attitude which you might not be okay with. So always go in for a business that you think if the employee starts working today, you can take over and run the thing smoothly as they would have done. If you're operating something like a barbering salon and you don't know anything about haircuts, you can't handle even the machine they use for cutting. You can't even handle the machine yourself. But you're going to open this barbering salon somewhere. You have employed somebody, a professional, to be doing it for you. Imagine if this person should leave the work. It means you now have to go and look for another person to come and replace the one who is going. And remember, once you keep changing your employees like that, even your customers will not come to trust you. Before you get to know, they are also gone somewhere else and they are going to a more stable person. But if you have the skills, you can cut the hair by yourself. Once the person leaves, you don't even panic. You quickly fit in and then you start shaving by yourself, and maybe then recruiting other people to come and join the business. Okay, so these are the business I'm never interested. Go and buy, come and stock, sell it, which everybody can do, provided you have the capital. Like selling like a motorbike like this, you just go to the shop, you buy like 50, you stock them, you empty, somebody too comes to buy them, and then you sell them at a retail price. They also take it. Then your shop is emptied. You go back and then from the company you get the motorbikes, come to stock them again, and you sell it to new customers. So with this, anybody who has the capital can easily go and start this kind of business. But if it requires you to invest a great deal of time and effort before you get to see progress, you see that you'll be the only one doing it, or even if you are many, you'll be less people, And with that, the market is big enough for all of you. And again, the business you are starting, you should have skills about it. Don't go and start something that you entrust the entire operations into one person, such that if the person is not there, your business will struggle. Always ensure you have the skills to run a particular business you are interested in and go in there and do it.